problem. There's a ton of fake paper, and the only real paper is that currency shit. That's the only good paper around.
I mean, even the currency is fake too. I mean, it's all fake. But yeah, it has a little more. I mean, not intrinsic value, but at least a little more trustworthiness than the bonds.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the currency wasn't the problem. That's all I'm saying. The gold standard wasn't the problem. The problem was we borrowed $14 trillion, and now we just bailed out the bankers for another $8 trillion that no one's talking about. But we bought Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and they're full of bad paper. I mean, crap. I mean, absolute crap paper. I'm talking 10 cents on the dollar paper. And we bought it from these fucking crooks. And it's going to be a huge liability. It's not a little liability. It's a big, giant, huge one. I mean, when that paper's revealed for the fake that it is, that's where we're fucked. Because then the federal deficit is going to be $20 trillion. How are we going to pay that back? That's like $300,000 per working person. $300,000 per working person. How are you going to pay that back?
And I mean, I don't think they ever planned on paying it back. I mean, I'm not sure what their plan is, but I don't think paying back the debt was ever part of the plan.
I think it might have been part of the plan, back in 1930, it might have been. I mean, that's, World War II, we never even paid that debt back. But I mean, I think it was possible back then. Get a life, asshole. I mean, really. Fucking dickless assholes. But whatever. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think there was some sort of prospect that you only borrow money because we have this war, we have this crisis, and once it's over, we can pay it back. So I think there was a time when they actually thought so. But realistically, since the 60s, we should have known you can't do this anymore because we never pay it back. We always keep making excuses, like it'll hurt the economy, or you'll stifle growth, or there's always an excuse why we can't pay the bills and we can't raise taxes. So as long as you're going to have that attitude, you can't borrow money because you're never going to pay it back.
Hey, speaking of bills, I don't know how old any of y'all are, but college loans. Anyone here a recent graduate owes a shit ton of money and doesn't have any clue how they're going to pay it back? Because I'm in that boat. That's a fun one.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a problem. I mean, when I was 17, back in the 70s, yeah, I'd saved my money, I mean, I worked since I was 11 years old, and I had 30 grand in the bank to pay for my college, so, but yeah, the idea of borrowing money has always been offensive to me. I don't think I mean, I always hated, I wouldn't, the first car I bought, I went into the dealership with the money in a suitcase, I had, whatever it was, $6,000 whatever dollars for a new car. I had it in this fucking suitcase. I just was walking in, put it on the table, and says, "I want that car. Here's the cash." And so the guy spent the next 2 hours talking me out of paying cash. And I'm like, he did it though. He successfully talked me out of it. But yeah, I mean, it's just not my instinct to do that debt thing.
Yeah, I think the culture is well, it's a lot different now. All my life I heard the mantra, just
no,
good
it's
grades.
homosexual, you'll die. Homosexual, you will die. That's homosexual, you will die. You will die.
Anyway, all my life I heard the mantra, basically, go to college, get your education, get a good job, and you'll be just set or whatever. it's complete bullshit. But I think a lot of people are dealing with it, especially now. The idea of debt is not such a big, or at least, well, until recently, it wasn't such a big deal with the younger generations, because there was this idea that it could be sustained forever. That like basically the same logic that underpins a Ponzi scheme. It's just that, well, yeah, I'm taking out this huge risk, but it's okay because, the music is still going to be playing when I get my chance to pay it off, and there's always this underlying thought, this kind of worried feeling that, something about this just isn't right. At some point, this is going to come due, but let's just hope the music doesn't stop playing, while I'm still in the game. And unfortunately for people like me, and especially people younger than me, the music stopped playing probably before 2008, but we're all pretty much fucked. I'm actually, I work in print journalism, which, yeah, believe it or not, there still are jobs in print journalism, but, there's no job security there. Although I did find it interesting. I just watched, I was watching a little tonight of, Michael Moore's latest film, Capitalism, a Love Story. And one thing that really struck me in that movie was that I make more in my entry-level journalism position than an airline pilot makes. Which, first of all, is fucked up because there's way, way much more training and expertise involved in that than what I do. It's just sad. But even so, I mean, and also they owe a hell of a lot more money than I owe. But I mean, even for me, I mean, I owe like around 25 grand, and you know, I'm not, completely destitute, but it's going to take me a long time to pay off that loan, and it feels to me sort of like indentured servitude. I had all these plans for my life, and the fact that I would have buttloads of debt never really factored into it. And that's probably just, me being young and stupid. But, well, it happened. So I got to deal with it. But I know a lot of people are in that same boat.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen it. I mean, it is a generational thing or whatever. It's a different kind of mindset. Jeez, this is so lame. Anyway. Turn your mic off. Let's see what you are. I'm gonna watch all these people. Yeah, well, anyway, I mean, I'm some of my neighbors, like, they're the 20s kind of thing, young 20s, and it's like they had credit cards they were paying 33% interest on. And I'm like, well, you fucktard, don't do anything till you pay that the fuck off. And it's like they're just paying the minimum payment. I'm like, are you insane? Do you realize that everything you bought with that credit card, you now have paid 4 times the price for it? So if the actual price tag, when you went to the store, instead of $100, it said $400, would you have bought it? I mean, it's just so incredible that people don't even realize what this adds up to year after year. You're paying 33% on something. You're gonna pay for the same thing 5 times. I mean,
that's part of the definition of predatory lending. The whole idea is, you prey on idiots, or, well, not idiots, but, people who are ignorant, whether it's because they're just dumb or because they're young and naive, but, you get them to rack up these huge amounts of debt, thinking that somehow they're going to benefit greatly from it, but they're not really. Like you said, they're going to end up paying 4 times the value if they had just saved their money and actually paid for it with cash.
But if you go to school and get a journalism degree and you pay 25 grand, shouldn't you pay it back though? I mean, you're the one who's going to have the better job, so you're the one who's going to make more money. So why don't you pay for it?
Oh no! I'm totally going to pay this debt back. I'm totally planning on it. It's just what I didn't realize at the time, which I don't think many people, especially people my age, realized at the time, what was going to happen to the economy. I mean, like, what I'm saying is, no, I'm not, a bum. I'm not saying, oh, help me, God, someone, come subsidize me. I'm gonna pay off this debt. I'm just fuming. I'm just saying it kind of sucks that, that I didn't see this coming, because if I did see this coming, I probably wouldn't have even gone to college. Mainly because, especially with the rise of new media and the internet, the internet technologies, blogs, and all this kind of thing, a degree is not necessary to practice journalism. And I mean, I think anyone who's a writer could probably